Have you ever played Monopoly? You know the game where you keep trading properties and growing your empire? Now, what if I told you you can do that in real life without having to pay Uncle Sam a penny more taxes than necessary? Sounds too good to be true? Well, it isn't. Today we are diving headfirst into a world where savvy investors use a secret weapon called a 1031 exchange. It's like a magic trick, but for real estate. And the best part? It's 100% legal. Imagine this. You sell your little greenhouse on Baltic Avenue, and instead of paying a hefty tax bill, you reinvest that money straight into a big red hotel on Boardwalk. All the while, the taxman is sidelined, waiting patiently for his share. Intrigued? Stick around. I promise you'll be a step closer to becoming a Monopoly champ in the real world. Let's roll the dice together and explore the magical land of 1031 exchanges. Hi, my name is Tasvir Mirza, and just like a smart real estate exchange, your like and subscription is a wise investment. Make the trade today by clicking the buttons below. A 1031 exchange, also known as a like-kind exchange, is a strategy that allows real estate investors to defer capital gains taxes on the sale of a property. But how does it work? Let's break it down. When you sell a property and make a profit, you typically have to pay a capital gains tax. However, with a 1031 exchange, you can defer these taxes by reinvesting the proceeds into a new, similar property within a specific time frame. Now, you're probably wondering, what's the catch? There has to be one, right? Well, here's where it gets interesting. A 1031 exchange is a bit like a relay race. In a relay race, you've got to pass the baton to the next runner within a certain time frame. In a 1031 exchange, you've got 45 days from the sale of your old property to identify a new one and a total of 180 days to close the deal. And there's another rule. The property you're buying has to be of like kind. But don't let the term fool you. In tax language, like kind is a lot more flexible than it sounds. You can exchange an apartment building for a ranch, a strip mall for a warehouse. As long as it's investments or business property, you're good. But remember, this isn't a free pass to avoid taxes forever. When you eventually sell the new property without another exchange, you will owe the tax. A 1031 is simply a way to delay paying it. Don't delay. Just like a 1031 exchange, timing is everything. Like and subscribe for more videos like this. So what are the benefits of 1031 exchange? The most obvious one is tax deferral, but there's more to it than just that. Tax deferral. By rolling over the gains from a sale of a property into another property, you can defer capital gain taxes, allowing you to keep more of your profits. Wealth building. With more capital available, you can invest in larger and higher quality properties, increasing your potential returns. Diversification. A 1031 exchange allows you to diversify your real estate portfolio by exchanging properties across different markets and asset classes. By continually using 1031 exchange throughout your life, you can pass on a larger estate to your heirs with a stepped-up basis, reducing their tax liability. If you want to learn how to successfully navigate your 1031 exchange processes and boost your real estate investments, stay tuned. Successfully completing a 1031 exchange can be complex, but with the right knowledge and guidance, it's entirely achievable. Here are the key steps to follow. Hire a qualified intermediary, or QI. Engage a QI to facilitate the exchange process and hold the proceeds from the sale of your property. It's important to choose a reputable and experienced QI to ensure a smooth process. Identify replacement properties. Within 45 days of selling your original property, you must identify up to 3 potential replacement properties. But you can also identify more, but you'll need to follow specific IRS rules. Complete the exchange. You have 180 days from the sale of your original property to close on the purchase of the replacement property. Ensure that you meet the guidelines, as there is no grace period. File the proper tax forms. Your QI will prepare the necessary documents for the exchange, but you'll still need to report the transaction on IRS Form 8824 when filing your taxes. Remember, in real estate and YouTube, location is everything. And right now, the place to be is on the like and subscribe button below. Hit it. So, now that we have covered the basics of 1031 exchange, let's take a look at some data that demonstrate the power of this strategy. According to a 2020 report by the Real Estate Research Corporation, or RERC, 1031 exchanges have generated over $400 billion in economic activity since 2000, with an average annual contribution of $22 billion. Investors who have successfully utilized 1031 exchanges have diversified their portfolios, acquired better performing properties, and accelerated their wealth building journeys. According to a report by EY economist and former Treasury Deputy Assistant Secretary for Tax Analysis, Robert Carroll, a study found that the number and the dollar amount of these like-kind exchanges grew by 70% between 2019 and 2021. This growth likely happened because after the pandemic, businesses had to change their properties to fit new ways of working and serving customers. This report also looked at the impact of these like-kind exchanges on things like job growth, income, and taxes. Here are some key findings. In 2021, the activity from these property swaps helped support almost 1 million jobs and brought in $48.6 billion in income for workers. These property swaps added $97.4 billion to the US economy in 2021. Also, these property swaps were estimated to bring in about $13.1 billion in taxes at the federal, state, and local levels in 2021. This new research builds on previous work and will help raise awareness about how important these property swaps are to the health of the US economy and the stability of the real estate market. Before we wrap this up, here are some final tips and resources to help you master the 1031 exchanges. Consult with professionals. Speak with your financial advisor, tax professionals, and real estate attorney to ensure that a 1031 exchange is right for you and your investment strategy. Stay informed. Keep up to date with the local tax laws and regulations as they can change and impact your 1031 exchange strategy. Use reputable resources. Visit the IRS website irs.gov for official guidance on 1031 exchanges and consider joining real estate investment groups for advice and support from experienced investors. So that's the 1031 exchange in a nutshell. It's like a magic trick that lets you swap properties, delay taxes, and potentially build wealth. Just remember the rules of relay race, and you'll be on track to make the most of this financial tool. Before you go, make your own 1031 exchange by swapping the red subscribe button to a gray one and a blank like button to a filled one. Thank you. See you in the next video. Engage a QI to facilitate the exchange process and hold the proceeds from the sale of the profit of your to the health of